Good news for Fano groups. It seems that Fano groups have made another move towards uniting themselves. These days, they are uniting themselves, forming command structures in different zones of the Amhara region. Secondly, what is happening in Tanzania just an hour ago? Samia Suluhu Hassan was declared the winner of the election held 3 days ago in Tanzania. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. Good to be with you. Let's start with the news story from Tanzania. Before that, just a quick comment. Some people say, Sajid, democracy never delivers in Africa. That is why military governments, strong governments, they perform better. I always say that democracy, true democracy, has not been tried in most parts of Africa. When elections are rigged, when there are no independent institutions, it means there is no democracy. Democracy means the entire system. Democracy does not mean holding an election. Elections are being held in several countries of Africa for years, but elections are rigged, and people then question democracy. They say, you see, there is democracy in this country, elections being held, but no change. That is not democracy. In Tanzania, on the 29th of October, presidential election was held. Samia Suluhu Hassan contested it. She has been serving as the president since 2021, I think. Samia launched a crackdown on opposition during run-up to the election. So her challengers were either disqualified or they were put in prisons. This is how election is held in Tanzania. The 29th of October, 2 days ago, election was held. That was a tumultuous day. Youth stormed. They attacked polling stations. Somehow, balloting happened, but protests erupted. In the last 3 days, starting on the 29th of October, hundreds of people have been killed in Tanzania in crackdown launched by security forces. In Dar es Salaam, the main city in Tanzania, daytime curfew was imposed. Opposition says 700 people have been killed by security for the last 3 days. Some say 500. Hundreds have been killed, we can say. But National Election Commission an hour ago announced the results of the election held on the 29th of October. Samia Suluhu Hassan has been declared the winner of the election. She got 97.66% votes. And her challenger got 0.6% votes. She is going to be sworn in today while there is curfew in Dar es Salaam, while people have been killed in hundreds, opposition in prison. This is how election was held in Tanzania. 2026 is going to be key year for the Horn of Africa. Key elections will be held in Ethiopia, Djibouti. Election will be held in 2026. I think Somalia will also hold election in 2026. So we don't know if in Somalia it will be one person, one vote or indirect. In Ethiopia, it will be direct election. In Djibouti too, I think it will be direct election. Let's see what happens in elections in this part of the world next year. But these leaders in power, they hold controlled elections. This is not what democracy is. They are making a mockery of democracy, basically, these leaders in power. Secondly, viewers, good news for Fano fighters. It seems that in Wolo, Fano groups have managed to overcome some obstacles and they have created one command structure. You know that Darija Ballet and Hapte Volde group are in talks in Gondar, maybe Dasalin and Mekata are in talks to in Shoa. Wolo was united before the formation of AFNF. Mere Wodajo and Colonel Fantahun had formed an alliance. But after AFNF was formed, this alliance was split. Mere Wodajo joined AFNF while Colonel Fantahun joined AFP of Skandarnaga. So, Wolofano split. Since then, it has been split. But it seems that now the fighters who were part of Colonel Fantahun Mohabao's group, they have joined AFNF. Yesterday, a statement was released by Degao Mibra Corps of Wolo Fano. This group of Fano was led by Colonel Fantahun Mohabao. And Degao Mabrik Corps has announced to join Minilik Command of the Amhara Fano National Force. We can say that the Gao Mibrik Command, which was basically led by Colonel Fantahun, is now going to be led by Mere Vodajo. Though they have announced their structure to Hapte Ababo will work as coordinator. Tamasgan Elebaccio will work as chairman. And Marigo Sefao will work as deputy chairman of the new group, which is the merger of Degao Mebrik Corps and Minilik Command. Where is Colonel Fantahun? Is he on board? He's not on board. Colonel, I think, fled Wolo after he could not control and command his Fano group. He had to flee, and reportedly he has been based in Shoa. Some say he's based in Gondar, others say he's based in Shoa, but he's not in Wolo. And Colonel has been criticizing Amhara Fano National Force and Wolo Fano fighters opposed to his group. Colonel, if you remember, accused Fano groups of committing atrocities against Muslims in Mecca and Islam. During a Banadi operation, he criticized Fano fighters, if you remember. Criticized because he has been deprived or he has lost his group in Wolo. We can say that in Wolo, AFNF is the main player now. There is no AFPO now in Wolo. In Gondar, AFNF main player there, no FPO there. In Gondar, AFPO and AFNF have reached an understanding that they're carrying out joint attacks these days. They haven't announced the deal which they have reached, but they're conducting joint attacks, showing they have made some progress. In Shoa, AFPO is very strong, I think. So AFNF is weak here. So we can say Fano groups are making progress towards establishing one command structure. If somehow they unite in Gondar and Shoa, they'll be in a position to form one central, regional level command structure. Now, what will Colonel Fantahun do? Masr Shah was kicked out of Gujjam. Skandar was kicked out of Gujjam. Now, Colonel Fantaun has been kicked out of Wolo. All of them are entering Shoa and joining Shoa Fano there. Shoa Fano means Amhara Fano, People's Organization of Skandar Naga and Mekata. Let's see what these leaders, Fano commanders do, who have been pushed out of Gondar and pushed out of Gujjam and Wolo. Thanks for watching.